The Google Nest Hub versus the Google Nest Hub Max. Which one's better? Which one should you buy? Should you get one at all? Well, keep watching and we'll find out. So for the rest of this video, I'm going to refer to the Google Nest Hub as the Mini and the Google Nest Hub Max as the Max. And I've been wanting to do this comparison for a very long time. I've been holding back because I wanted to get the most out of these devices and to pretty much work out what exactly are the features that I use the most and what are the gimmicks based on my personal experience. Let me just show you the two devices side by side. Before I forget, let me show you the power plug. It's not USB or USB-C, it's actually one of these old school plugs. It doesn't really bother me that much, but I thought I'd just mention that. Now let's talk about the similarities. They both run Google as the Google assistants that you get on your phone. It works exactly the same way. Now the normal question would then be, why do you even bother with these when you have a phone already? Now that is a very good question and we'll get to that a bit later on. Now let's talk about the obvious difference here. The screen size. 10-inch versus 7-inch. As you can see side by side, this does look a lot bigger than this. This is how it looks like on its side, which then leads to the next difference, the size of the speakers. This one's obviously bigger and it's going to sound a lot better. It's got an inbuilt subwoofer. Now if I have to compare this, I would say it's a little bit better than the Google Home Mini. This one here, Google Home Mini. This is better than this. Now I think this is probably the best sounding Google Assistant tablet you can get on the market right now. Now the last difference between the two is that this one has a camera, this one doesn't. Why do you need a camera? Well, you can make video calls on this using Duo. As I've been working from home, I use a lot of Microsoft Teams, Google Hangout, Zoom, but I don't use Duo. So to me, the video calling feature on this, that's something to keep in mind if you're considering buying this for video calls. Now apart from that, you can also use this as a video surveillance camera. So say you're out and about and you want to check out the activity of whatever's going on at home. You can turn it on and view it from your phone. And so for that very reason, I wouldn't recommend having one of the Macs in your bedroom for obvious reasons. But of course, there's a physical switch at the back. You can turn off the camera completely. So that's up to you. Now that got me thinking. You can potentially use this as a baby monitor if you really want, right? Not really. Because you know why? It doesn't have night vision. When it's pitch black, forget about it. You won't be able to see anything. Okay, so that pretty much sums up the difference between the two devices. Oh, and of course the price is different. The retail price for the Mini is $129. For the Max, it's $349. So there is a significant difference. You can pretty much almost get 3 Minis for one Max. So if you have a search online, there's a list of features that the Google Hub can do. But most of it is just standard Google Assistant features. And some of it is just gimmick. For example, gesture control. Why? When you can just tell it to do whatever you want. Let me give you some examples of what I actually use these for. Number 1, picture frame. Now you probably have a lot of photos on your phone, and chances are, once you take them, you probably never look at them again. Well, if you have the photos synced to your Google photo account, then you can actually select photos you want to auto sync, and then the photos will be displayed on the devices. But bear in mind, all this is automatic and it's in the cloud, right? So if there are some photos that you don't want to be seeing out in the public on the picture frame, fellas, if there's some extracurricular activities that you do, you've been warned. And the screen pretty much defaults to a photo frame when it's idle. And the good thing about it is that it actually dims or brightens according to the environment. So sometimes when I'm watching TV or a movie, I like to have the lights off. So what the auto dimming feature does is that it reduces the brightness of the photo and whacks on, I think, a blue light filter as well. You can still see the photo, but it wouldn't be distracting you from what you're actually watching. And likewise, when the room is really bright, it will brighten up the picture frame so that you can see it clearly. The second thing, music speaker. Now, like I mentioned earlier, if music is your thing, definitely get the Max. The Mini doesn't cut it. Now the third thing is to control the TV with the device. I have a Chromecast connected to all my TV. Basically, I can tell Google to turn on or turn off the TV, to play Netflix, to play YouTube, whatever, right? It also has inbuilt Chromecast, which means you can cast whatever is on your phone onto the hub. Now, with the Mini, since it's 7-inch, I don't see the point of casting to there. Given if your phones are like a Note, it's already almost 7-inch. What's the point, right? But if you got a Max, then 7-inch to 10-inch makes sense. However, this leads me to a negative. Remember this I mentioned earlier? It has to be constantly plugged in. It's not a wireless device. So picture this. You're having dinner and you want to watch something in front of you. So a hub would be a good choice, right? Wrong. My dining table is in the middle of the room. Because it's wired, you gotta carry it from wherever it is. Probably you have to use an extension cable, so you have the tripping hazard of that cable lying around. Okay, so the question is, should you get one? Well, that really depends on what you're looking for. Do you want a Google Assistant device that's always on, without having to grab your phone, unlock it, speak to it? Do you value the sound quality? Do you want a portable speaker? If the answer is yes, then consider picking one of these up. If a picture frame is all that you're after, then consider getting a Mini. And where are you going to put the device? Is it going to be in your bedroom, in the study room, in the lounge room? How it looks in the room is also a big deciding factor. If the tabletop is too small to support a Max, then you should get a Mini. I got the Mini initially, and now I got the Max. If I were to do it all again, I'll probably go straight to the Max and skip the Mini. Now I'll leave links to the latest pricing on both devices in the description below. So hopefully that was helpful for you. If you got any questions, feel free to comment down below. If you enjoyed it, please like and consider subscribing to this channel. Thanks for watching. Stay safe, and I'll see you in the next one.